Hey everybody, Richie Yip here. We're going to talk about a closed guard concept and into a technique I think that will really help you. So I'm fighting with Stefan inside my closed guard. So let's just maybe back out a little bit here, Stefan, and we'll just go right away into the closed guard. Now there's a bunch of different ways for Stefan to stay safe. One way is for him just to check my biceps. He's going to put his palms right on my biceps. I want his neck. Do you see how I'm going to punch in with this arm? I want his neck. Of course, he's just going to swim in and get my arm back, and he's going to swim in and get my arm back. Now, what I want to do as I'm swimming is I want to get his neck, but you see how I can't immediately get it? I can't immediately get it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my legs. A lot of people just use their legs in closed guard just by crossing their ankles. This is just a holding position. What you want is you want your closed guard to be an attack. So as I cross my ankles, I'm going to scissor my legs like I'm trying to go and break his ribs. And as well, I use my hamstrings and I flex my knee and I try to bring my heels to my hip. So my closed guard is as tight as possible. As I'm pummeling in, you see how as we're pummeling in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bump him forward. I'm going to use my abs and I drive him forward. It's like I'm kneeing myself in the head and I pull him forward. I clap my hands together. Once I have this, from here, I'm going to put my foot on the floor. I have his left arm. I'm going to take my right foot, put it on the floor. I shrimp away a little bit. And then, as I move my shoulder, I'm also going to move my elbow to the near side. From here, the key thing is that I move my shoulders, I move my shoulders, I move my shoulders, I move my shoulders, and I move my shoulders. Almost always, Stefan is going to drive in. He's going to drive in and he's going to want this center position back and he's going to go and grab my neck. So once I get here, what I want to do is I want to maintain the distance. How? I move my shoulders. Drive in a little bit, please, Stefan. Drive in, drive in. And you see how? To stop him from driving in further, I use my shin. You see how my shin goes in almost like I'm doing a scissor sweep. This is what I can use my shin, I can use my foot, I can also use my knee on the top of his shoulder, but I basically want to use my shin to stop him from moving into me. Also, I don't want Stefan to be up inside my closed guard. From here he can pass. Another reason why I don't want Stefan to be so upright is in MMA. You see how you can go and punch me and break my face? You see how I use my abs to bring him back down. I've now controlled his neck. From here, controlling his left, I put my right foot down, move my head. I bring my elbow to the near side. This is going to stop him a little bit more. But the key thing that's going to stop him from moving in is I'm going to move my shoulders, I move my shoulders, I move my shoulders. It's like my shoulder blades are feet. From here, he can still drive in, Stefan, drive in. You see how I move so much that I can now use my shin to block him. Almost like I'm doing a scissor sweep. Key thing is that I want to do my best to turn his thumb to face the ground. Why? His thumb faces the sky, he just brings his head straight up. He's gone. I want to control Stefan's posture, but I'm going to do that indirectly with his arm. How I do that? I can grab with my palm. I can roll it like that. I can use my forearm. I roll it and just grab my fist. But the key thing is I want to focus on the shoulder, not the elbow. See how his elbow? I don't even know where his elbow is. It's hidden underneath his jacket. I have no idea. But if I go too close, he just bends his arm and he's just out. Right? I don't want the elbow. I want the shoulder. I want the shoulder. From here, so I'm just grabbing. The grip is irrelevant. My right and then my left over top, my left and my right over top, whether I use my forearm, it doesn't make a difference. From here, I bring my elbows in. Now, Stefan, was that an armbar or a shoulder lock?
It's a bit of both. It's a little bit more elbow than shoulder, but there's a slight adjustment. It could be either.
This can be a bunch of different things. Some people tap because of the elbow. Sometimes they tap because of their shoulders. Also, if you use your forearm, some people tap.
A cutting motion on the tricep.
Yeah, absolutely. Because of the pain on the tricep or on the posterior delt, right? Also from here, you can also get a sweep. A lot of times when you're in this position, Stefan will look into my direction and he just rolls over. He says, I just keep the arm, I keep the arm, I keep the arm, I keep the arm. And then you see how I kneel over. And I get the sweep. I keep the arm, I keep that pressing motion, and I can finish the technique from top. And in rolling, I probably get the sweep more often than I get the submission from bottom, right? So this is just a great way to use your closed guard to pull the person in, to pull them in using your abs to break their posture, and then a way to go and keep their posture broken by using their arm as a lever, as a wrench to control them, and then eventually either into a pressing armbar, or you can use it as a sweep, and that's what's going to happen a lot of the time. People will just cartwheel themselves over to prevent the submission. You know, it's kind of a goofy thing. It's kind of like your money or your life kind of style of jiu-jitsu. Either you tap to the submission, either you tap to the armbar, or you're going to give me the sweep, your money or your life. Just a really great way to fight. Hope that was helpful.